Div 3, Week 4. Actually, let's have a look at that. We had 5 of the 6 sets in Division 3 casted live this week. Very nice. Very good stuff. We love it. We want to make sure that players of all levels get exposure, and this being our 1200 to 1500 bracket, and those of you who have come over from Keita's channel, yes, Keita is playing in the tournament herself. So you can see her performances live every now and then. I know that she's pretty good at casting her own point of view as well. And I think Dr. Trollermeister did the Metro Keita set last week, which was great. So, from the top, Pleco and Quiet Professional. So Pleco was 3-0 and had beaten 3 other players who had all won their other 2 sets. So he'd beaten he was first. He had beaten second, third, and fifth on the ladder. Came up against fourth and was beaten 2-0. I didn't see that coming. QP did an amazing job. The first game on Migration, holy. It ended with, I think, 20 vils to 40 after an hour of play. But QP had the water and the cannon galleons and won. And then in game 2 on Canberra, Human Rampush in Feudal Age, and it worked. Pleco tried to get a outpost down on the corners of QP's base, if you can imagine the Canberra map, palisade walls. But the one on the top, he didn't build because of other reasons. There was stuff going on. It happens. It's a game. It's a hard game as well. And in that moment, QP snuck 6 rams out of his base and just out of sight. Pleco saw the last one, but I think had he known exactly how many rams were already created, he would have panicked a little bit harder. Because, yeah, then he just got hit by like 7 or 8 rams and didn't have enough time to react. Even though he was Persians, he just didn't have enough time to react. Nessie and Benji. This was a Saturday morning set. Don't often get the morning games. Not a lot of them get played, but Nessie was on a bit of a tight schedule this week, and that time worked. It worked for me. I was able to cast it live, which was nice. And Nessie got the win. We had a couple of fast castles by Benji, which didn't quite work the way I think he wanted them to. Maybe a little bit slower than what he was hoping to see. But I don't mind the strategies. Hey, strategies are there to be played. I'm happy to see people try and cook some things up. It's good. But Nessie gets the win, goes to 3 wins. Metro ended up getting the job done over Keita. I unfortunately didn't see this set. There was another set on at the same time. So I was casting that one, and I didn't get a chance to go back and look at it. But anyone who did see it, throw your comments in the chat. Metro is my pre-tournament pick for Division 3. So no shame in losing to Metro for Keita. And Keita's still in a great spot. And I believe, despite having to come up against Pleco in the last round, I believe is definitely in the 8. So we'll make it to the finals bracket. Spare Hands went down to Logan Josh. And this was, I believe, the same game 3 times. I definitely recall Spare Hands went FC 3 times. I think Logan Josh went Fast Feudal 3 times as well. Aquarina, Migration, and Splash Random. So, all 3. The executions got better, And Spare Hands got the win on his home map, Aquarina, but couldn't do it on the other two. We had Persian Spanish on Splash Random. Two different islands they had to transport around. And eventually the better eco got the job done. Magoob and Squid didn't get to see this beyond one little moment, which we will get to. We will get to this. Yeah, I think Logan Josh went with galleys, fuel galleys on migration. It just went the wrong way. That's why it may have come a bit slower than you expected. Fairly confident that's what happened there. And then the last set, well, no one saw the last set because Finchy didn't want to be watched. Finchy was very quiet. And unfortunately for Finchy, it's a 2-0 for Buggy. And that's the... Oh, God, my predictions are getting worse. You'd think after watching the players play, I'd get better. I guess I got 4 results correct, but only 1 correct score. I guess earlier on you got more uneven matchups, generally speaking. So 5, 1, or 3/1, 4, 4. Want to see more greens, ideally. Now, predictions for week 5. We can do that. We'll jump straight into them. Get them done nice and quickly here. Pleco and Keita. I just think Pleco bounces back. Sorry, Keita, if you're still there. But gonna back Pleco in here. I think his execution is still very good. I think he's probably still the best performing player in Division 3 at the moment. Metro and Nessie, gonna back Metro in. Just feels like he is building into the winner that I had predicted. Now, QP and Benji, this is going to be a fascinating set. I can't wait to see when this is scheduled. Benji loves to get matches done quickly. QP never resigns and loves to take matches out long. So, what gives? One's going to give here. And I'm going to back Benji to get his home map, but for QP to get the job done. Overall, Logan Josh and Squid, this set is on in an hour. And we're going to go with Logan Josh. Magoob and Buggy, this, I believe, loser is out, winner is in, is my belief. We'll go check the ladder now, actually. We'll put the ladder up. So we can see top 8 go through. It will be just a straight knockout after this. So 1v8, 2v7, 3v6, 4v5. Those on 3 wins are already through. Those on 2 wins may miss out. But as I said, Keita, I'm fairly confident is safe because if we look at the matchups, Benji can win. Only one of these two can win. And Logan Josh can win. So Keita at worst ends up 8th and drops 3 spots. So Keita's safe. Benji, Magoob, Buggy, Logan Josh, they are all still fighting for their spots in the finals. And we have got Spare Hands and Finchy at the bottom here. Now, Spare Hands is not completely knocked out, but is definitely looking for those that are on 2 wins, especially those with less bush holes than him. Well, Logan Josh, mainly. So one of these two has to win, unless they refuse to schedule and get both get admin losses, but I think they've already scheduled. So he can't pray for that one. But getting to 2 set wins may be a chance. Magoob and Buggy. I'm going to back Magoob in. Noz is saying he wants some big demos this week from Magoob. And I'm going to back Spare Hands to get the win over Finchy. Hopefully Finchy's still having some fun. We absolutely are grateful for everyone who signed up. Unfortunately, as we'll get to when we talked about Div 2, someone has to lose and someone has to... Well, actually, and Div 1. There are people that are zero wins in each division at the moment. So there's a lot going on there. It will probably come down to Bushels, maybe map difference as well. So when the sets get played, we'll update the ladder so people can have an idea on their situation. But we'll see how it all goes. Division 3. Now, Division 3 had a moment, is what we're going to call this. Div 3 had a moment. Who won Soxy No Zombie? Well, we're not going to spoil the winner because that was a week 5. And we're doing a week 4 recap. Sadly. I'll let you know. Actually, I don't think I can't let you know because when I upload these to YouTube, it's going to be this is going to go first. So no spoilers. You can mention it in the chat because the chat is not overlaid, but no mention of it from me. Now, there's a moment. I need to talk about the moment. We don't actually have a demo of the week in Division 3, but we have an incident. I think that's the best way to call it. That's the only thing I could really call this. An incident between Magoob and Squid. And if I go full screen on this bad boy, they played on Splash Random. They started with a Saboteur. Saboteur, 100 damage. And I think a blast radius of like 3 tiles. Something ridiculous. Splash Random can give you any generation. Now this generation, I think, has largely been seen before. I think Noz and Robo? Does that ring a rough bell? The water in the middle? Maybe that you had more fish in the middle, but this rough idea. Big pond of water in the middle. And that. So there is a big hit by Squid. And if we have a good look at what's going on. So this is from Donut Stream. She was casting the set. And Squid, I think, is about to get very... Squid's very pleased with himself in this moment, I believe. It did so much damage, he says. As he's chatting, as Magoob is under his TC. With his own Saboteur. And 11 Vils go down. 11 Vils go down. He's down to 8 Vils. Seven minutes in, he was on 8 Vils. You almost typed cats, yeah, because you thought we were on Donut Stream. That's good. So, not a demo, but a pretty good hit nonetheless. Now, the people are wanting it to be called a demo because the Saboteurs do have ship armor class. Does that make them a ship? No. Sorry, people. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's walking on land. It's a dude with a barrel. It's not going to count. If Splash Random generates enough Saboteurs, we may do something for the best Saboteur. Because that's the second time now. TDI and Jeremy had it in their set in week 3. Or week 2, whichever week they played. The 7 petards equal... No. Demo is that demo ship line. And the comment. What's the comment? Hang on. I guess I've kind of ruined myself a little bit here, but it does say heavy demo ship raft. This is in the tournament hubs. But the only exception to this are the Chronicles equivalent. So the incendiary ships that you can start with. Those will count because the players can create their own as well. And there hasn't been any of those. Anyway. These are... It's got to be the ship. It's got to be a demo ship. We've got to be blowing things up on the water. Can blow up land units. We love it when we blow up land units. But it's got to be done by something that resembles a boat. And there's our replica demo raft again. I'll just do a quick spiel here again. I know I did it briefly before, but anything that you do regarding this channel and supporting the channel all goes towards being able to make more of these and doing more tournaments in the future. And any tournament we run, we'll hope to have some replica of some description. Now, Rapunzel is the hero of this channel who does all of these. So the subscriptions and the cheers and whatever else you can do here goes towards that. And I will say that if you subscribe now, you get the rest of Girt By Sea ad-free. And the last thing we want, and the last thing you want as viewers, is for ads to come up at the wrong moment. I try to control them and run them during breaks in play or at quiet moments. Sometimes I can't control it. But that's that. I won't say any more on it. But yes, the more support, the more we can do, and the more enjoyment you get. Shall we move on to Div 1? My other favourite division. Oh, Slaters, you're an absolute legend. Oh my god. Slaters has come in heavy. What a legend. Get around Slaters, everyone. You're an absolute legend, mate. You are a legend. Hope you're having fun. Yeah. Look, this has been enjoyable. This has been super enjoyable. This is our first tournament, Rapunzel and I, that we've done. We wanted to come in with a blast in more ways than one. So it's been extremely enjoyable. So many things that we've learned and so many things that we want to do and improve upon for the future ones or future tournaments, whatever they are. They won't all be water tournaments, but for now, it's water tournaments. So yes, no, thank you very much, Slaters. And I've just received a message from those that are playing in Div 2 at the moment. We'll just switch over to Div 1. You can see the Div 1 ladder. Okay, sorry, just had a moment there with Zach and Braids. Yep, sorry, real life stuff getting in the way there, trying to admin at the same time. Ideally, there weren't sets on now, but it is what it is. All right. Division 1, Week 4. We had Oh my god, have I got everything? So after week 3, where I got every set wrong, I doubled down and I picked the host in all the sets again, and I appear to have gotten every set correct. So it was the players who were wrong last week, not me. I was on it. Inevitable and smooth. There we go. There's my 2 comments. I didn't get to see these 2 sets. Noz was good against Kados. And the second game, very quick, Splash Random. Actually, comment on Splash Random there. I didn't know that there was the potential to start with different... Well, I knew that it was, but it was very unlikely that you could start with different starting res. I think if you had loaded up a number of generations, you would have seen it happen. Very rare, though. And it happened in the Noz and Kados match. And Noz was very quick to sell his stone, because they also started with a market. As I said, Noz, it's very rare, but I'd seen it like once or twice, and I was like, ah, that's odd. But I guess it can happen. And it happened there, and adjusted. And then, yeah, that game was quick. Forward with a few man-at-arms. Did the job. And in game 1, Migration was played, I believe. And, yeah, Kados went fast feudal. Largely went the wrong way as well, as we saw in a Div 3 set. And that's the downside of going fast feudal. Sometimes you just go the wrong way, and that's it. That's what happens. Robo beat Tullen. Is Robo inevitable, people? Is anyone going to stop him? I mean, those that are near the top have not been able to. Already knocked off, so Banana's been beaten, but then Soxy, Noz, and Tullen have all been beaten. It's over to Timber now. And if Timber can't do it, then, well, Noz and whoever else, or Soxy or Tullen, are probably going to get another go during the top 4. So, see how that all plays out. And, yeah, looking forward to that. So, Robo Timber. We're going to go Robo 2-0. Noz Soxy was played earlier, but you can see what my prediction was here. As I said, Not's going to reveal that result. Tullen and Banana. I believe Tullen will get up. And I believe Kados will do the job over Kiwi, but that should be a nice tight set. And if we look at the Div 1 ladder before the start of the round, we can see that 3, 4, 5, and 6 can all win, and we could have a 5-way tie on 3 set wins. We could have 2nd through 6th could all end on 3 set wins. I showed... so Slaters, I showed the final bracket, and I can show the final bracket again, because this is just showing what it is right now. When I casted the sets before, I showed what impact the result had. But this is not complete, because we're still waiting on the rest of week 5. So, as I said, still up in the air, still got potential for lots of results to change things. You can see that losses for people like Soxy and Timber will certainly put their spot in the 4 in jeopardy as Tullen and Kados can overtake. And I don't think Kiwi's completely done, but I'm not sure how much work the Bushels can do at this moment, given they've all played 5 of the 7 opponents. So Kiwi getting Bushels, I mean, it's most likely that all the others get Bushels as well. So Kiwi might not be able to, but Kados, Tullen, Timber, Soxy, I think Noz is safe in the 4 regardless, win or lose. Just because of the high Bushels and seed if it comes down to it. But yeah, they're all fighting for their tournament lives here. Robo, pretty safe in the... I think Robo is safe in the top 2. For sure. So Robo will get a double chance in Div 1 as we look toward the finals. And those will be best of 5s. Can't wait to see these players that end up in the top 4 play best of 5s. We've been so restricted on 2 games sometimes and always the top civs. And with the best of 5, we're going to have 2 more bans, admin bans, and we're going to have a lot more civs drafted. So we're going to see players go deeper into their draft pool, and we're going to see everyone is going to get their home map. That is a big thing that I wanted to make a point of with this tournament. Everyone gets their first choice map in the best of 5 and best of 7. The map drafts start by both players picking their map. And then we go into the bans, and then they'll pick their second map. But their number 1 map in finals, everyone will get to play it. Will get to play their most preferred map. The idea being, we want to see the best strategies come out. We want to see closer sets, even if it means that some players may not go 100% on an opponent's first choice map. But I'd rather see players get to play their first map, their first strategies, more than have it banned. So really looking forward to that and what that will bring. Now, demo of the week. Division 1. We have got 1 demo to bring you. And that demo comes from the man leading Division 1 at the moment. And let's talk about the situation we've got here. Tullen and Robo. They're on Water Nomad. Robo is ahead in a very nice position on water. Vils, even enough. Tullen's still got 4 fish. But what's happened is Robo created a demo, snuck it through as Tullen was walling. Tullen was like, I think a demo came in and it didn't really get a lot of damage in. And then he's gone, okay, let's stonewall this. But whilst he's stonewalled, this demo just snuck in and was held there. And in it comes. And we were watching it, waiting. Robo's come in as Tullen's fighting. And it's just come straight in the back and said goodbye to 7 villagers on the woodline. Which, well, that's a big hit. That's a big hit. And it's our nominee. It's the only one that was brought forward. So it will be our nominee and it will go towards the final vote, which will be a popular vote. There will be more information on when we do the voting for demo of the tournament as time goes on, as we get closer. plan in the back of my mind is to do it during the grand finals. But for now, there's your nominee, Robo, if you're still here. Congratulations, you are nominated for demo of the tournament. And I think that may even be his second nomination. No. Okay, so we had Kiwi before, and now it will be Robo coming into here on Water Nomad. Forgot the timestamp, and it will be demo. Sneaky demo or idle demo gets involved and destroys. 7 vills on Woodline. Nukes. Actually, I like what you use there, spare hands. Nukes. Could switch that around. But yes, there is Division 1. There are predictions. There are the results. We can see the ladder. And yeah, lots going on. Now, Division 2. My least favorite division. No offense, people. Div 2, no, I love Div 2 as well. Div 2 is good. It's unfortunate because Div 2's got the same amount of matchups that 1 and 3 have combined. So, naturally, it's going to take a bit longer to get everything in. So, let's start. Let's go through the sets that we had played and the sets that we've seen. We had, by the looks of it, 5 plus this recent one, 6 of the sets cast live. I know that Blue did his point of view for his set as well. But we'll go from the bottom. We'll go bottom up. I know Pancho's in the chat, has been around. Pancho, if you're there, you were cooking, mate. You had some strategies lined up against the Jake, and we love it when people bring their strategies out. You were the first one to go with the Cumin Ram push as well in week 1. We saw quite professional in Div 3 make it work, but I'm going to say it's your idea. Even though you couldn't make it work, still your idea. The Jake got the win here, 2-0. Didn't mind the strategies. Some things were attempted and some small values were gained, but other things were not. Golden Swamp had, was it Forward Barracks and Goth Militia or Goth Man at Arms? And then, unfortunately, some archers came out, went forward and took out your vills, and then that was that one. And then there was some Four Lakes, some shenanigans planned there as well. I think that was that Cumins? That was Cumins, right? On Four Lakes. And Pancho's tried coming forward and actually baited the Rams, but mainly went archers, I think, and then into some scouts. But eventually, Jake held and got the win. We saw before Matthew got the win over Thrillo in a close game. 2 fun matches that they played there. I've got the Mind Games question mark here on TDI and Slaters. Now, we're going to, unfortunately, got this wrong. Slaters, the hero of this channel now. The 5 gifted subs before. Everyone get around Slaters. And I was tipped off that apparently both these players had a couple of drinks in the lead up. And I believe that plays into Slater's hands here. TDI strikes me as a lightweight. So I think if both players were drinking, I think that goes very much in Slater's hands. And he got through 2-0. Tournament stays alive, and I think maybe tournament may be done for TDI now. Don't think he can make the top 8. Oh my god, more red. Chipmunk went to Cha-Cha and got the win. This was played late last night, and I can't say I know much about it, sadly. And yes, so if anyone did get to see this set or the Rex, speak up. Let me know what your thoughts were. Yeti and Super Sub Tricky. I got one right. I did predict Yeti to get the win. However, I thought it was going to be a little bit easier than what it ended up being. Tricky played very well. Unfortunately, Yeti had Celts, and Celts on migration, once they both land in the middle, the Celts did Celt things and took Tricky off the middle island. And then a FC Gabetto play on 4 Lakes was just enough to get past the Catan Scout Rush. But close game there as well. And yes, Tricky's done a good job. Round of applause for Tricky as well for subbing in after 2 rounds, subbing in for ammo. Tricky's not a big water player, so he's got a little bit of exposure on those maps recently, which is nice. Blue and Jeremy, there's a set predicted correctly for me. Blue got a 2-1 win. We had a final match on Water Nomad, which had a moment, which we will show very soon. Jeremy made the Cumans work on Copenhagen, though, which I am not convinced by. I don't think that the Cumans should work on Copenhagen. But they have worked on Copenhagen here for Jeremy against Blue. And that got him the 1. And that 1 may be handy, depending on how map difference looks at the end. Prawn got a 2-0 over Hexy, which is another red. Another incorrect prediction. I am on fire here. And speaking of fire, their Splash Random game generated on essentially a fireball. Like, they had that murky orangey brown water. The terrain that was on land was on fire, and it was extremely small. It was pretty much in a ball in the middle of the map. No fish. They had ports to trade with. They started with an incendiary ship, which is on fire. Just everything about it was the opposite of water. Everything was on fire, and yeah, lots of fun. I did doubt you, Prawn, and you proved me wrong. Saws has gotten the win over Ace 2-0. However, remember your drafts. Saws thought he drafted Japanese and did not. So loaded into a game with Japanese. And we had to restart it, and Ace got to pick a Civ because he didn't pick Japanese. Japanese went undrafted. And that's a big win for Saws, because Ace was very good. Both those players were 3-0. And now Saws goes to 4 wins. This set, there's been some delays. It was going to be played right now. Or it did start right now. But we've had a bit of a situation. And yeah, we're just trying to figure out what that will involve. It will be sorted tonight. Do not worry. There will be Div 2 fixtures will be out tonight. So everyone in Div 2 will get their fixtures before the start of the day tomorrow. Unfortunately, they are not ready right now. And yes, therefore, nothing else to go with here. I will add a little footnote to everything to when it comes to Div 2. I'll write the predictions out and send them into the Discord for everyone to see. But unfortunately not. We're just resolving the situation here. We had some delays and then it finally got underway and then we've had another delay. So we're sorting through that as we speak. We do have a Div 2 demo to look at. And it will be from Blue Player against Jeremy. And it will be from Water Nomad. Wait, let's go back. Okay, so we have a crazy, crazy Water Nomad game. Not the usual Water Nomad game that you see. Jeremy decided to delay his town centre. And then we can see where Blue's TC'd. And this is from Blue's point of view as well. Jeremy then TC's here. Quickly deletes it. Is coming around here, but Blue is very much onto it. And you can see the wall pieces going up all over the place. Just doing whatever he can to deny that town centre from going down. Jeremy is Persians, so you can't fight it either. And eventually, well, Blue is in Feudal Age, cues a demo, and there's a bunch of vills there. He's trying to click them on, and he gets 3 kills, I think it was. Maybe 4. Could have been a whole lot more, though. If we look at how many vills were just in and around that, he's clicked that guy, and I feel like if he got in there, he would have gotten 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But he's gotten 4. It's not the worst. It's a good demo. Yep. I don't know if he lost his own vill in there, though. Does that help? That doesn't help. No, his own vill's already gone down before it. Okay, that's okay then. I don't know if demos do friendly fire. Do they do friendly fire? I don't believe so. But 4 vills for Blue. It's a good hit. It's the only one that was brought to my attention. So we're going to reward it. 11 minutes into the game. Blue player gets added to demo of the tournament. And it's going to be second nomination for Blue. There's a couple of good ones here. So you can see Slater's 2 demo rafts taking out 8 and 9 vills of Matthew. Demo taking out Crossbow on the shoreline from Blue. And then Thrillo last week, a single demo in Castle Age, eliminating 6 Manaspa on Golden Swamp. There's a few options, but I am going to say I still think this is very much alive. I think there's going to be there's some hard ones to beat. There's some good demos to beat. Yeah, very much some good demos out there. But I think week 5's got the potential to be chaos. And if we look at the ladder, so this is the ladder before the final set came in with Braids and Zach. I know that things are slightly out of order here, but it does have the other results in. There's a bunch of players here who have 1 win and 0 wins. who are eliminated. They cannot get through because you need to be in the top 8. One of these two will get to 3 wins, and then that means there's 3 players that can... 3 players who need to get to 3 wins, and then they'll all play each other. So all those that are on all those on 1 win are definitely out. Those at the bottom with 2 wins and the bush house being low, like Chipmunk, maybe Slaters, they're in a bit of trouble. But yeah, there could be some chaos. There could be some amazing demos, especially if you're down the bottom. I just recommend picking maps that could have chaos. I think Golden Swamp, Passage, Water Nomad, Splash Random. They're your 4. Those are your 4. And genuinely, I would prioritize trying to land a big demo over trying to win. There's no, like, winning, yeah, sure, you can win, and maybe Pancho may be very much very determined to get off the bottom. But your best chance of getting something from this prize pool is by landing a big demo. And this is your last, well, this is everyone's last chance in the Swiss stage. So get thinking, get your plans ready, because demos are your avenue to winning. And that'll conclude our predictions and recap and demos.